should be 0, 60. Don't erase anything, just put 0. Which one is that? No, this 040 will be wrong. Looks like some of you don't remember bearing anymore. I can see 040, 075. That's 0. What does that 0 mean? When somebody says the bearing is 040, what does that mean?
40 degrees.
I know. What does that mean? What does that tell you about the bearing? Not really? Yes, sir.
It's 40 degrees from the north.
No, 40 degrees from the
North.
from the north. So when you write 075 degree, what does that tell you?
It's 75 degrees from the north.
So is your picture showing you 75 degrees from the north? So why are you writing 075 degrees? Yes, are you done? This is not right. This looks right. Do I need to review something or what? We talked about it the last time when talking about bearing. For 360 three-figure bearing, you always start from the north. 040, 050, 075, everything is here. So if one picture is showing you 75 and you're writing 075 as the result, you're telling me this is what the bearing looks like. Is that what you see in your book? Is that what the diagram for the answer 075 look like? So why are you writing something like that? You come here, second quadrant, third quadrant, last quadrant. So you go in that order. Now you're supposed to read a bearing. For example, I put here, I don't want to solve the exact problem. I put here, where was label? Here, okay. Maybe I label this as 75 degree. And somebody comes to say the bearing is 075 degree. Is this right?
No.
075, where should it be? Which quadrant? Is this the first quadrant? So how do you write that? What are you supposed to do to know what the bearing of this is?
Add 1.
When you say add 180, people don't know why you're adding 180. So can somebody tell me how you would teach someone? Yes, sir.
Add the angle of the first two quadrants because you should just equal to 2.
Another one? Of course it's right. But you have to consider from here. This is the bearing you're looking for. And that's the reason you're adding 180. So don't just write 075. You don't just write what is in the paper. If it doesn't make sense, then why are you writing it? Are you telling me you've forgotten bearing just like suddenly? We did this on Monday. You're supposed to trace from the north to the line, and you tell us the angle that you have covered. And not just write, oh, because you can see 75 in the diagram, the bearing must be 075. Come on. Quickly. Yes. What? You can start, of course. You can start the second question. I think the second is just to draw, right?
Yeah.
So what are you pressing calculator for? You're just supposed to draw. And you don't have to draw to scale. Just draw the line in the quadrant. This is not the way I draw last time, so you don't have to copy what is here. You look at your notes and you do what I did last lesson. When I was drawing, I drew like this on the board. So don't just draw the knots and draw the line. You can start question 3, question 4, you can go like that. This is what I want. I don't want just 2-line stuff. I want to see the 4 cardinal points before you draw. Yes, sir. You don't have to measure. Don't measure. It's not supposed to be to scale. Okay, but the sketch must make sense. Yes, sir.
When we draw it, do we have to write northeast side or something?
Yeah, you can put that, but I will expect a ruler if it is an exam. Are we there yet? I'm going to write 1 or 2 samples of bearing between 2 locations on the board. But if you're dealing with 1 location, it's easy. If you're having 2 locations, it may not be easy. This is not my birthday, okay? It's my birthday. It's just so you don't have to be jealous, okay? Your birthday is around the corner. Or maybe too far away.
Yeah, around
What month is it again?
March.
Oh, okay. But I can't remember you giving me cake, you know?
Sorry?
It's Justin? I
Yeah.
can't remember you giving me cake in March. So you must have been a terrible friend in March. Mr. Tomash, over here, sir. Let me see the example that I gave you last time, Kiana. This is all I did. Look up, everyone. We didn't have time to explain this last on Monday, so I'll quickly go through it, okay? You see, what I'm trying to find, I highlight. Find the bearing of A from B. That's what I'm trying to find. Okay? But what I'm going to draw is what I was given. Alright? What was I given? The word if tells you that is what is given. With what has been given, B from A. Does this make sense? I'm trying to find the bearing of A from B. If means this is what has been given. B from A. Understand that? B from A means you start drawing from A or B.
A.
Are you sure?
No, for B. B.
So if I draw a picture now, is this A or B? That's my question.
B.
You sure?
A.
You sure? It looks like when I just give you some doubt on one, or when I cast doubt on one of them, you just pick the other one automatically without thinking. And that's not smart. And when I say, are you sure? It doesn't always mean you're wrong. And it could mean that you're wrong. So, I ask the question again. When I draw now bearing of 60, you and I know it's going to be from here to here, right? And this is my 60 degree. And I'm going to get another location. My starting point, is it A or is it B? So that I know what this one will be.
B.
A.
It's A, are you sure?
Yes.
Why do you say it's A? So Marsh, please focus.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. You just said it. Manuela?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Jenny? Jenny thinks it's A. Miss Megan? Come on, quickly.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I just said this thing. What does this find mean? Is it what you are looking for or what you have been given? What you are looking for. Find. Find is what you are looking for. You are trying to find A from B. You are finding from B. Would you be given what you are trying to find? If means what you have been given in the question. If from A is given. From A. So this must be your A. That's what is given. This 60 degrees is from A. Does that make sense? Any questions? Raise your hand if you understand what I just said. Okay, great. So which means this is the B. Find from B the bearing of A. It means from here now. Locate this guy. Alright? That's the bearing we are looking for. Yes? How do we find it? I need help. I don't know what to do. Yes, Mr. Thomas.
360 minus the angle given.
That is one mistake students always make. To them, life is about black and white. To them, life is about plus or minus. Do you even look at the diagram and try to look at what angle I have moved and see whether it's related to 360 or not? It's not all about, oh, because it's a circle, everything is 360 minus, 360 minus. No. Maths question is not black and white. It could be gray. Do you understand that? So you guys need to stop making that assumption that everything is just going to be plus, minus, times, divide for no reason. What if it's square root? What if it's power 3? Stop doing mental maths. You are no longer in P6. In that class, I was a teacher in basics. Most of the things we do is about plus, minus, times, divide, right? So when students don't know what to do sometimes, if James said plus, and I say it's wrong, Kiana will say, oh, let's minus it. And this will say, let's times it. If none of these people is correct, trust me, the last guy who says divide, will get it right. That's basics. You're doing baby math. Now we are doing maths of what we can see, of common sense. It's not what we can assume, it's what you see. If it doesn't make sense to your eyes, then it's not worth it. Understand my point? You look at the picture. You don't just assume it's going to be plus, minus, times, divide. You don't just assume it's going to be 180, 360 all the time because it's a circle. That was the misconception you are having now. And I'm sure it's not the only one. I had the same thing in Form 5. I just left Form 5 class. I taught them yesterday trigonometry. I taught them today trigonometry. Of course, not your trigonometry. And you could see a lot of from, oh, it's going to be 270 minus. What has 270 got to do with this? These things happen. Understand? So now, somebody think. Yes, sir.
3 quadrants minus 60.
I don't know what that means.
The sum of the 3 quadrants.
I don't know what that means. Just tell me what I'm going to do.
270 minus 60.
270 minus 60. Do you all agree with him? I still don't think so. I don't know how that makes sense to him, because it doesn't to me. With all due respect. Matthew. 180 plus 60. Okay, now, who doesn't know how we got that? Who knows how we got that? Who doesn't know how we got that? You need to raise your hand fast when I ask a question. You see, so if you're a teacher, you just confuse your students. Because you jump from step 0 straight to step 9. You're not carrying them along in your step 1, step 2, step 3. So how do you get that? You need to explain.
Because the angle is alternative and
Now you are talking. So explain better and louder.
so like if you know a straight line, the right side should be all 180 degrees, and that angle should be alternative, so that should be 60.
Do you understand that? This angle is alternate, so it's going to be 60. Alright? And this straight line is 180. The distance you are trying to cover is this black arc. So whatever you are telling me should be this black arc. It has nothing to do with 360, ladies and gentlemen. It has nothing to do with 270. How do I cover? This is divided into 3 groups. Do I know the first group? What is it?
9.
Do I know the second?
9.
Then I have a third. Then you think, can I get a third? It's an alternate. So I have no business with 270 minus whatever. It is what you see that you write, not what makes sense easily. Okay? Sometimes if it is too good to be true, maybe it's not true. Alright? So this is how you think. So the bearing of what?
A from B.
Again?
A from B.
A from B is, or you can say equals to 180 plus 60, and that is 240 degrees. Understand? Similarly, maybe I do this one, or I do this one. Again, we are starting from A. Everything in this question is from A, right? So 149 from A. It means we are going this way, right? So I start from up. This is my A. Because all the question is from A. 149 is second quadrant. Yes? So I've just gotten B. Yes? Now 149 is this entire angle. Okay? Now I'm looking for the bearing. How do I know what I'm looking for? What do I do first? I want to find the bearing of A from B. So what do I do on B? Quickly. We don't have all day. What?
Draw the angle first.
Draw the angle. What do you mean by draw the angle first?
Like
The arc?
yeah.
Okay, starting from
Starting from
Speak louder.
No.
From the north, and how do I stop? I'm gonna get to Taipa or Koloan. I don't know. Where do I stop?
Before you get to the line.
When you get to the line. So I need you to think before you talk. How do I get this measure? Not you, sir. Not you, Matthew again. Not you, John. Not you, Gibino. Let's give others chance. And whatever you tell me, you are going to explain it. Just like Matthew did. You explain to us like we are babies. So don't tell me, oh, 149 is the answer. You have to teach me how you got that 149. Yes, who's ready? Yes, Mr. James.
If you first from A, you subtract 190 from 149 to find like the small angle.
So James is proposing we subtract to get a smaller angle. What is that? Can you help teacher James to get that? 180 minus 149.
31.
Say that again?
31.
31. Yes, teacher James.
And then you can find the other angle from the B at the end.
You mean this one?
No,
This one?
Yeah.
So this is also 31. Why? Everybody.
Alternate.
Alternate angles. Thank you, James. What next?
And then you minus 31 to find the big arc.
And it said 360 minus 31. Now it makes sense to say 360 minus 31. Everything is 360. And you have just removed 31 from it. And you are trying to find the rest. This relates to 360. We should be able to know when it's related to 270, related to 360, related to 180. We should be able to know that. Understand? So yes, that is correct. Okay? So you can say the bearing of A from B means we measure from B, is equal to 360 minus 31. What is that? Is it 329?
Yes.
There's another way to do this. Yes, Mr. Givino. That's the
149 can be transferred onto the upper cross because
what is it?
it's so if they're 149 is an alternate angle also.
You say 149 could be transferred directly here. Yes, that makes sense. So it's going to be the entire only this place, right?
Yes.
So what do we do with that?
It's going to go 180 plus
In that case, you can do 180 plus the 149. Can you see that? So this is an alternative way. Bearing of A from B is equal to 180 plus 149. And what is that? The same thing, 340, 29. Okay, so either way, it's fine. Okay? Quickly. Have you messaged the person? Yes? What about money? What?
She said you can transfer.
Like before she gets there or when she comes here?
No, when she gets there.
When she gets there. Transfer to them.
No, her.
To her. So how do we know when she gets there? Is she gonna message you? Text you? Okay, so please watch out for that. Thank you. Yes. Now, you see, this is this is compass bearing. This is 3 figure. Compass bearing is the easiest, so maybe that's why they'll never test that. It's like too cheap. Piece of cake. Now, again, you draw this bearing from, are you ready? Okay, 1 minute. You draw this bearing from A, yes? Northwest, right? So it's going to go this way. So which means you start drawing from here. This is going to be A. Every time it's A. How do we draw compass bearing? Like this. You start from the north and you go in a particular direction. Remember that? So north 40 west. So this is automatically our B. If the question is given in compass, the result is expected in compass. That's why it is the easiest. Because if this is 40 degrees, automatically this is what? So the bearing is between what and what?
South.
South and So, is it going to be south 40 east or south 50 east? Because this is 50, right? Kiana, is it going to be south 40 east or south 50 east? 40, that's what you think. Correct. Is it going to be south 40 east or south 50 east? The bearing that I'm looking for. You're not sure? Come on, you should be sure. Fast. Okay, so I'm trying to find this is the bearing of B from A. We draw already. Now I want to find the bearing of A from B, but it has to be in this format too. Now, I don't know which angle I'm going to consider. That's the question. So, will I say bearing of A from B is going to be south something east, right? Is this angle going to be 40 or 50? One more minute, please, because we need to go in about 10 minutes. Yes, Miss Megan? What? The angle. Just tell me the angle. We already have the south and the east. Just tell me, is the angle 40 or 50? That's my question. 40. You picked 50. Let's hear you, Mr. Tomas. Quickly.
I think it's 40.
You think it's?
40.
Okay. What about, I asked you already. What about you?
40.
What about you?
40.
Of course it's 40. Can somebody explain why 40 is correct? Yes?
Because we're starting from the south.
We're starting from the south. And you're moving towards the east. To the line. So that's 40 degrees. Understand? Hello? Alright. So the rest will be DIY in your notebook. And this idea will be needed in some questions that I've given you.